Hey everyone, it's Donald. So right here we have our new Harvest Right freeze dryer, large size. I just looked on the back of the machine. It's a September 2022. It's currently February of 23. This was purchased from Sportsman's Warehouse. That's why it doesn't have a box actually around it. But this is how you will see your freeze dryer other than the box that normally is around this. I would always take that off first thing. Inspect your freeze dryer, make sure it doesn't have no dents, scratches, all that type of stuff. If you truly care about most of that, if it's scratched, I'd probably just deal with it, honestly. FedEx is gonna scratch it. If it's dented up, depending on what it is, send it back to FedEx, wait your 8 more weeks or whatever it is for Harvest Right to send you a new one. Or go to a place like Sportsman's Warehouse. If you're military, veteran, get your 5% discount. So instead of $3,600, I think I paid just about $3,400. If there's other places that offers military discount, take advantage of those. If you have any teacher discount or anything else, take advantage of it. This is an expensive machine. You still get the 1-year warranty from Harvest Right. And normally you can pick it up like same day. So go to sportsmanswarehouse.com, I believe is their website. They'll tell you if they have any in stock. Tractor Supply, people have said. Home Depot, I think you can order from their website. Doesn't take very long. And so that's how I would personally order. I wouldn't order directly from Harvest Right unless if you're worried about getting the newest, brand new, like February of 2023 model. But still has a 1-year warranty from the day of purchase. So from February 2023 until 2024. Even though on the back it says September 2022 manufactured, it still has that. So what we're gonna do, let me make sure you guys can see everything on this video. So we're gonna open up this box here, which has all of our parts, and we will get this thing set up. So you guys are all gonna have a vacuum sealer. Not gonna worry about setting that up, pretty self-explanatory there. Oil filter, if you're gonna filter your oil, sure do it. This thing's going in the trash. That's what I'm doing with it. I do not filter my oil. I put new oil in after every time. It's $10 or whatever, and you're running 20 batches with this Premier pump or so. I'd rather just put new oil in and not take a chance. So that's your first tip, is throw that dumb thing away. Premier vacuum pump, power, lovely hose, still not GIC fitted. Oxygen absorbers, throw them to the side because we aren't going to use them. File our bags. And then our trays. So set those to the side because I'm going to wash them, all that stuff. You have your owner's manual. We'll go through this real quick just to see if there's any updates like other people have seen. So it will tell us how to set it up. We will follow the directions that they currently have on setting up. So some people have said the function testing on their newest machines is not in the manual. There is a warranty card, so make sure that you register your warranty card, and then there's a guide to freeze drying as well. I think this is a newer guide because I don't remember having it in one I bought a couple of years, just over a year ago. Get back to this. So some people said that the testing is now with an insert that says don't do this testing. Don't pay attention to that insert. That's my honest opinion. Test your machine, see if you have vacuum leaks, and then we'll try fixing those leaks before you really get into freeze drying. So this box, even though it's a huge box, is now empty, so don't need that. So get into freeze dryer assembly. Wait 24 hours is the first is the first thing they're going to tell you to do. Once unpacked, place freeze dryer on a level surface. It's probably as level as I'm going to get in my garage. Check door gasket and make sure it's clean. Okay, it's clean. For the most part, it has pretty good seal, other than maybe just right in this area. So, but I don't think that little bit's going to affect it. Make sure the inside of acrylic door is clean. Only dry cotton cloth and warm water. No cleaners. That being said, I know Harvest Right uses Windex on the machine, on the door. So I would use Windex because that's what they already do. Put oil in your vacuum pump. So we'll open up this bad boy real quick. So put oil in it. You're just gonna screw off the mister here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me verify you can. I'm sorry that you just missed that. So this demister was on the vacuum pump like this. What I did was counterclockwise take it off. Don't tip it upside down just like I did, because you can get oil all up in it. You'll open your oil. Make sure none of that silver part that was on top of the oil gets in there. And then you will pour oil in here. Not the whole thing. What I do is just do it slowly. You'll see it come up to on your gauge right here. Put it just below half is what I do. I see it starting to come up now. It'll come up on there really quick too. So just below half, I still got a little bit of oil left. I'll buy a big thing of Robin Air or Black Gold oil. You'll then screw this part back on. Make sure it's tight, because otherwise you get a vacuum leak. Put oil in, fill it. It says slightly above centered. I put it a little bit below. That's personally me, because I think you get better vacuum most of the time. Connect those to the freeze dryer and the vacuum pump and tighten. It says hand tighten is generally adequate, but gently use a pair of pliers or vice grips as required. So this is how you guys will take your little cap off. Put your check your O-ring in there. It's a brand new hose, so hopefully you'll get O-ring, of course. And tighten. And then you'll, I'm definitely probably in the way. I'm just hand tighten, no, on the one on the back. This is what Harvest Right says to do, and this is what I'm going to do for the initial setup. But after we're done with function testing, I'll see if there's a leak that possibly is in those areas, and I might tighten them up a tiny bit more. It says you can use a pair of pliers or vice grips as required, which is just a small little tug. It says on here, do not use any additional Teflon tape or any type of adhesive when installing the vacuum hose. This can create a vacuum leak. If you have the proper JIC fitting, it can create a vacuum leak. That's not the proper JIC fitting, so that's how you're going to fix a vacuum leak instead of creating one. Their book sucks, to just be honest. You need a dedicated 20 amp circuit if you're using a large freeze dryer. Connect the vacuum pump cord into your freeze dryer. So this cord here, we're going to undo. You're going to take it to the back of your machine. There's a spot for it in the back, and turn it on. Make sure the power switch on the vacuum pump is on, which is in the back here. Turn it on. Secure the door latch, make sure there's a good seal. We've already done that. Make sure you close the drain handle on the freeze dryer on the side. So, let me take you off of here so you guys can see this. So, inside here, there's a drain hose. As I said, I haven't taken this thing apart, so and it's gonna make me look like a dummy because I don't think we're gonna get this drain hose out of here. There we go. So this is the open way of your drain hose. By turning it, that's going to be closed. So it can be a pain in the butt, as you just saw. Most of you guys have said you guys like having the raw videos, so you're getting raw video. All right. And I think I turned you upside down. Maybe. I am not sure. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad if this video is upside down now. Now I'm about to watch it and you guys might not get raw video, because I can't post it like that. So, next thing we're going to do, we did the power cord, we did the drain valve that I talked about. If you're going to operate your freeze dryer, have it higher than this, because this drain valve does need to drain, obviously. So if you set it on your floor, you probably have a really hard time, unless if I guess you're draining it into the drain that's inside your garage. Once again, we're looking at the acrylic door. I don't know why they would tell you this, but it's your responsibility to make sure the door is closed properly, the drain valve's closed, and the hose connecting the vacuum pump to the freeze dryer is connected. So obviously that matters. Turn on the freeze dryer by pressing the switch to the on button. Next, in order to perform a quick step. So, it did tell me a while ago on step 6 to connect this 20 amp circuit. And then it tells us to turn on our freeze dryer. You're gonna get the Harvest Right logo. It's gonna tell you it's loading. So in September, it looks like they're using the 23 software already. I'll leave it on here just for now. If you want to change the name of your freeze dryer, just click the name up here and change your name. And click save. So the next thing we're gonna do, and I'm gonna make a whole different video for this, but we will do it just in the initial video here of setup because it's part of your setup. It's gonna take a long time to do this. That's why I'm gonna make another video. Hit your leaf here, and then here's where you'll do the function testing that it's talking about. So it tells to turn on the freeze, let it freeze for 30 minutes or more. Then you're gonna turn on the vacuum pump, okay? So, and it says 20 to 30 minutes. Our standard on our group, and what myself and Felix do, is 30 minutes of freeze, 30 minutes of vacuum, and we want you below 500. However, 500 is like the absolute bare minimum, and typically we still are going to try figuring out how to get you like 300, honestly. After you're done with this, you're going to hit done, and then you're going to go into releasing the air. However, we're going to hit done because the very next thing you're going to do, not start a batch like it says. You're immediately going to go to customize, which I have a customize video as well. Move your initial freeze to 0. Your extra freeze time, 0. Dry time, I always do 120. Normal dry mode, fast dry mode is only for candy. And then your extra dry time is always, I would always set this to 24 hours. I've always told this people from day one. You're gonna hear it from me again. I'm not a babysitter for this machine. I bought this machine for it to work for me. So if I'm going to put something on here, I want to set it in here and know I can just leave it alone, and I'll check on it 12 hours later or whatever and see where it's at. And then I'm going to go back in my house and go wait for stuff to happen. So, that being said, I'm always super busy. I'm always either in the group, I'm doing DoorDash, I'm doing something, or I'm at my military job. So I don't want to babysit this thing. If I get up at 3 in the morning, I don't feel like opening this up and putting everything in Mylar bags and doing all the stuff I got to do. So I'm going to come out here just before I go get in my truck and see what the extra dry time is, or see if it's still just in dry. So if it's in dry, I know I have 24 hours to take it out. If it's in extra dry time, I'm going to push it back up to 24 hours so I can go about my day and not babysit this thing. So personally, I always do 12 hours extra dry time for all of my products I ever do in my freeze dryer. There's a lot of people that have like fancy phone apps or cameras that tell them if there's cold spots in their food and all that stuff, which would show there's moisture in their food and all that type of stuff. Definitely you guys could do that. But that's just me. This is your setup for your Harvest Right freeze dryer, 100%. So shelving units inside. This is how it comes And what I'll do now is get ready to start to do a function test, but we'll go over the function test and everything on the next video that I make. So if you guys have any comments, questions about this video, just let me know. I'm gonna verify that I didn't flip you guys all around and all kinds of crazy stuff. That way when it gets posted on YouTube, if not, I'll create another video, which obviously is gonna have to skip some steps because it's already unboxed. So thank you. You guys take care. Have a great day.